Okay. Hello. Hello, team. How we doing? If I could get confirmation on the sound, that would be good. How is it sounding? Does it sound better than usual? Because I changed my mic placement and I think I'm happier with it, but let me know if it sounds like shit. 'Cause if it does, then we'll have a problem, but I think it'll probably sound okay. Sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. If you are in the chat, feel free to say hi, please and thank you. Say hi to each other, say hi to me. You know what it is. Uh, try to get this centered. All right. So, as you may or may not know, it is, in fact, Vinegar Syndrome sale time. So, what I'm going to be doing is offering some recommendations because some people have asked me, and yeah, I think that would be good. So, let's see. What did you guys get? Did you guys get anything good? Vincent sales are always some of the best to take part in. John Doe Juggalo, shout out. Thanks for being here. Um, yeah, I don't know, people complain that the sales aren't good, but there's always something worth picking up with the super steep discounts, and they discount stuff so quickly. Like, I don't really know why you wouldn't be um, participating in this, you know? If this is like your thing, you know? Um, I got a couple things that honestly I got most for under 20 bucks, so I was pretty happy with that. Yeah, that's pretty good prices. What did you get? Hey Brandon, shout out. What's good? Thanks for being here. We are sharing our VS hauls, and I'll be doing some recommendations. We'll be going over what they have. Um, so yeah, let me know what y'all have been thinking. Or have been grabbing. Sorry for the late stream tonight, y'all. I just had a lot going on today, and I overcommitted, so I had to honor previous commitments and the like. But we got here eventually, right? So that's cool. Don't Go in the Woods, The Doll Squad, The Corpse Grinders, Resurrection, The Ice Cream Man, and Don't Panic. I think the only one of those. Are we losing me? Oh shit. Let me go plug myself in. think we should be good. Let me know if y'all are having any connection issues. And also if I could get feedback about how the sound is compared to previous streams, that would be appreciated, because I know y'all can hear me, so that's good, but I was curious if there was anything different, like better or worse, because I am, oh wait, let me do it this way. I think I'm finally gonna bite on Mac and Me. Is that a good movie? I guess it depends on who you ask. But a lot of people do not like it. A lot of people seem to as well. I mean, they printed a lot of them too, so. First stream I've watched directly on your channel, so can't compare, but your audio does sound good. I think it does sound better. Sick. I put my mic above me instead of to the side. I was kind of like, I have to do a lot of looking around because of my monitor setup, but also I have to use my hands for a lot of things. I don't know how people do the mic right in front of them. Maybe because they have the difference. They have a different desk that works for that, but I have an L-shaped desk, so it's like a V shape that I'm like sliding into. I don't know. But yeah. People are saying sounds great. I appreciate that. Thank you all. Mac and Me is terrible, but I love it. It's a colossal disaster piece. I mean, that sounds fun. All right, let me go ahead and let's start. Yeah? So let me share my screen. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Nice. So let's do this first. Okay. So what I'm going to go through first is like the discounts on the partner labels and just kind of work our way up, and then we'll work our way through the Vinegar Syndrome discounts, and then we'll go through the new releases and whatever else the case may be, right? But the reason I'm doing this first is because I'm going to be doing a special episode of Punk Vacation for Partners Only Month, where we're going to review a bunch of sex-focused partner label releases that did not get put onto the Melusine site for whatever reason. So it'll be a bit of a special occasion, and we'll be doing some of that. So yeah, let me know. Call out any that you see. If you see any that are like particularly sex forward, or sex themed, or somewhat pornographic. I put Saint Narcisse on in my cart because I think that's gonna be one of those things, but we'll see. Also, Snapcaster Mage. Thanks for tuning in for the first time. I really appreciate that. What, if you don't mind sharing, what made you, how'd you find the channel and what made you want to tune in tonight? I appreciate it. Oh, I should also say, that we're going to be doing commissions at the end of the stream. So I have, I think, 4 to review tonight. I'm pretty sure it's 4. We'll see, but in any case, I'm getting we're making a big chunk into it, and I I am going to be talking about the Crying Game tonight. You've led me perfectly into my segue. Actually, let me see which of the letterbox has been down a lot of the day. So let's see if it's up right now. Looks like it's okay again. All right. Excuse me, commissions that we're going to be doing are Fascination, The Crying Game, Penitentiary, and Susperia, the new Susperia. Glad we can hang tonight. I just happened to catch that you were live. I've watched you a bunch of times on Disconnected, and I've subscribed to the channel for a while too. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, so that's what we'll be doing tonight. Yeah. And then I just shot a very long review of an analysis of Obsession yesterday or the day before. And so whenever I get that edited, that's going to be up on the channel. I'm hoping to have it up, you know, pretty much ASAP, maybe even tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. It depends how late I go here, depends how long the edit takes. It's going to be pretty straightforward. I think it's more like podcast style, so should be okay, I think. But yeah, that's what's on the agenda today. So reminder, please call out any of these partner label releases that you think would be appropriately placed in the Melusine site, and I'll probably get those to review. Okay. So I recommend this, Mail Order Murder, the story of Wave Productions. Even if you're not a fan of Wave films, or if you've never seen any, like, I do recommend this because I think that this would be good for... It's a really good overview and primer, and like gives you an idea of what they are and if there's something that you would like. I'm actually considering buying this because I really like this slipcover. Like, oh, we got Tina Krause's titties on the back. Like, come on, bro. And then, yeah, I have this original slipcover. It's okay. But I like this one better. So I might sell this one since it's out of print. Actually, if you want this one, let me know. And then I'll feel more confident about getting this instead. But it's really good. And it's a fun one to watch. And I fuck with it. And I feel like if you're going to be into really weird cult movies, like Wave is something that should be, well, on your wavelength, right? Let me pick some music for tonight. What do I want to listen to? As a Jersey boy, I should watch this. Yeah, probably. Let's listen to the latest FK Twigs. I think that would be good. Okay. I really like Savage Harvest. I think this is a... Oh, really? Yeah, okay. You don't know what Wave is? Okay, so for those who don't know, Wave is essentially a very, very micro-budget company that would make whatever movie you want. So you would send them essentially a commission, and then they would make that movie for whatever the price was, and then send it back to you. And then they would also put it out on DVD and stuff. So it's like extremely niche, often just fetish videos, to be honest, but they are really singular and something else, and I fuck with them. There's some really bad ones, but there's some good ones too. Savage Harvest is a good shot-on-video film that's actually somewhat thoughtful about how it handles sort of Native American lore and trauma and all this other stuff. I like it. Are you saying this was actual Be Kind Rewind? It is. I don't think they would just make, like... I don't know that they would make you, like, a version of a blockbuster or something like that, but they, you know, it was often, like, fetish requests. And then also just a lot of weird horror stuff and all sorts of stuff. So they're pretty dope. Check them out. And that dock is only $9 if you wanted to try it. Shit and Champagne, I recommend all the time. This is like one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. And it's usually a pretty good price, and I don't think it's going out of print. But I just love it so much, and I always recommend this. It's really, really funny. Like, very contemporary John Waters energy. I hate Donnie's Bar Mitzvah. I think it's really crass and just not clever like it thinks it is. And that's it in terms of the ones that I've seen. I thought this one looked interesting. I wonder why this one got the 70% off treatment. We didn't sell that terribly. I don't know. I don't know the mechanics of it. I think The Curious Dr. Hump and Sometimes Aunt Martha Does Dreadful Things are both really good, like, micro-budget oddity genre films, if that's your kind of thing. I definitely recommend taking a look at those, but especially Sometimes Aunt Martha. Like, this is pretty dope queer cinema. Pretty I think it's really good. And these other short films, The Drag Queen's Ball, Gay in 3, and Caught in the Can, these are awesome. Like, I love these. Faces of Death only has 20 slips left. Do I pick it up? Oh, that's pretty low. Let's go ahead and talk about that one. Thanks. 10 slips? Just get it. I don't have time to talk about it. Just get it. So I actually have it right next to me as it happens. I'm pulling a Ryan right now. 13 left. Here it is. It comes with the stickers. It comes with a nice book. They're going to make a standard, so you don't have to get it if you just want the movie. But the transfer is really good. Like, I fuck with it. And the, I like the movie a lot. I think it's important and interesting. But, yeah, it comes with 2 of these stickers, which is cool. 4K looks great, stacked with features. I haven't read the book yet, but it has essays from Sam Deegan and Stephen Thrower, so like that's why I bought it. It's gonna be worth it. And also I just love this artwork so much. Let's see if anybody was able to take advantage of that. Yeah, 13 left. Get on that, y'all. If you fuck with it. Also, thank you, Steven. I appreciate that. $12. Think we're gonna watch this sell out live. I didn't think it was gonna last very long. Honestly, I thought it was gonna sell out faster, but people were saying it was gonna be there forever, and like, I don't know. This is a pretty important, iconic film, especially in the context of home video. So I had a feeling like it would be a big deal. All right, let's keep an eye on that, but let's just keep going through these recommendations. Do I have this yet? I think I have this. Let me double check. Yeah, I have it. I remember buying this. Okay. 11 left. $45. I don't know if it's worth $45. I paid the subscriber price for it because my boy Jeff hooked me up, but he ordered it. All right. I don't want to foment FOMO, so to speak. I'm just going to tell you why I bought it, why I recommend it. It's up to you. if that price point is worth it for you, all right? I can't tell you that part. I was on the fence. Yeah, I mean, if you really don't want it, you can always sell it later because it'll be sold out. So you can at least get your money back. That's kind of how I think about it often. Order the Wave disc too. Nice. Vinegar Syndrome, cut me a check. All right? I'm making this happen for you live right now, okay? What are we at? 9 left. My chat is selling this out right now. There's 13 viewers right now. I wonder... there's not enough for everyone, all right? I bought Faces of Death yesterday. I said, fuck it. I had a feeling it would sell out. I did too. That's why I bought it early. I bought it the week it came out. 'Cause it's just a big deal, you know? 9 left. We're in the single digits right now. All right, let's keep going. Had it in my cart Friday morning, but was spending too much. Well, don't keep spending too much, all right? Limbo is awesome. Is there a big buying push on the VS site tonight, or is this literally just the chat doing this? They need referral links like Amazon does, a discfluencer program or something. They sort of have that. I wonder if they will get the rights to parts 2 to 4. That would be awesome if they put that out like a kind of Vice Academy situation, where they just put out the sequels in one set. That would be really cool. I would buy that too. I just caved and grabbed one as well. Steven, to answer your question, I'm sure the Facebook group got wind of this too, but I mean, we're talking about single digits, and people in my chat are literally saying that they're buying it, so I bet those are so bad. I haven't watched them yet, but I will be watching them this week to prepare for something. 5 left. I'm pro Faces of Death. I really like it, and I have had the opportunity to watch the disc, and it's really good. So it's now or never, I guess. Totally. Look, this is not a movie for everybody, too. I should say that. I like this movie a lot because I'm a disgusting freak, but like, and I think this is actually a pretty successful like art film, but like it's kind of just an essay film, sort of disguised with like, you know, gratuitous footage of this, that, and the other. But I really like it, but 90% of people don't like this movie, and in fact actively hate it. And it was really funny to me when the remake was out. People were going back and watching the original and being like, what the fuck is this? This is not good. This is not even a movie. But, you know, still got 5. Anyway, let's talk about Limbo. This is Tina Krause's directorial debut, I believe. Tina Krause is one of my favorite. She's not really an adult actress, but she's adult adjacent. She's like a softcore actress, and she's one of my favorites. She's amazing. She's so gorgeous. And she follows me on Instagram, but you know, whatever. If David Lynch and 9 Inch Nails collaborated on a shot-on-video horror movie. So that is the sentence that made me buy the movie, because that's exactly that's tailor-made for me. You just described my favorite filmmaker and my favorite band, so like, come on. It kind of is. Like, I don't disagree with that characterization. I think this movie is awesome. It's a very, very weird, lo-fi, very artsy movie. So if you're just looking for like an exploitation fun time, that's not what this is. This is an art film. But what it does have is Eaten Alive, which is my favorite Wave film that I've ever seen. So the people who were fucking with Wave earlier, dog, this shit is insane. I love this movie a lot. It's a vor fetish video, but it's very funny, and it's really truly like nothing you've ever seen. Are we out? Are we done? 4. I feel like Facebook hasn't gotten wind of this yet. It might literally just be me. The corn shucker is awesome. I did a review of this back in the day. The review doesn't exist on my channel anymore. But this is one of my favorite disc discoveries ever. I hate to ask and sound stupid, but what is a wave film? You're fine. We were talking about it earlier, but if you weren't here, then that's not your fault. Wave was a very like a micro budget made on demand movie studio. So people would send in their requests and they would just make the movie for a fee. So it's really just the most hyper specific stuff you could think about. It's mostly fetish stuff, but it's a very fun sort of weird corner of outsider art. As is this. I love this movie. Yeah, I think about it a lot. This is also David Lynch adjacent, I think, in its style. R.I.P. this slipcover, but this is still good. I fuck with it. The Corn Shucker is one of my all-time favorite films. Honestly, I love it so much. That's so valid. That's fucking based as shit. It's awesome. I put The Oldest Profession in my cart because that's gonna be a punk vacation thing. I'm not seeing anything that I've seen. Or anything that looks like it's a sex film. If you're curious about Wave, then I would start by watching the Very Good documentary and then decide if you actually want to watch the movies. I totally agree with that, and it is currently 70% off, so check that out. We done? One left, bro. Who's it gonna be? I didn't think this would happen while I was live, but so it goes. I don't want to foment FOMO like I've said a few times now, but if you are the person who gets the last one, let me know, because I think that'll be fun. 444, Last Day on Earth I Enjoyed. Haven't seen that one, but I think it's Abel Ferrara, right? Okay, yeah, I don't have any more recommendations here. So now let's go to 50%. Shiva Baby is awesome. Slips are all done, but that's okay. The movie rocks. Check it out. Is that it? Still there. Still there. One left. Yep. If a Jewish lesbian comedy sounds like your kind of thing, check that out. It's awesome. The Doris Wishman sets are something else. This is the one that I have and has a few films that I like on it. But I don't think Doris Wishman is a particularly good filmmaker, to be honest. Her stuff is more interesting or novel than it is actually good. This is sold out, but Red Rooms is one of the best films, I think, of the decade, straight up. I think about it all the time. So maybe watch for a restock on that. This slipcover sold out almost immediately, but to be honest, I don't really like the artwork. I think it's okay. I don't really love that either, but it works. I might just wait for a nice edition of that, to be honest. Like Second Sight, I bet would knock that out of the park. Hitman Heart is an amazing documentary, as is the companion film that's included in it. They're running low on these variant slips, so if you're a person that just had to have a slip, check that out. I think that's... Well, they're both pretty good, but they're similar enough, I think. Haven't been a fan of VS artwork lately. I've been a fan of a lot of it, for sure. Life and Death of Owen Hart is really, really good, too. I don't even like wrestling, and I love this documentary. All right, is it gone? Someone got it. Who got it? If you were in attendance, let me know, because that's funny. Well, that's done. Amityville Curse is bad. Tragedy Girls is bad. Rebels of the Neon God is awesome. This movie rules. Pretty low. I mean, they'll restock these, but pretty low. This is a really good kind of like slow cinema stuff. That's your kind of thing. Yeah, if you like Wong Kar-wai, probably your kind of thing. Excuse me. We're All Going to the World's Fair is awesome. This movie rules. And Jane Schoenbrunn is going to be remembered as one of the greatest filmmakers of this generation. So, you know, try to get ahead of their curve as much as you can. This is their debut feature. I do like this new slipcover. That's Tony Stella. R.I.P. the GOAT. Oh, I have this already. I forgot. I have this one. But this one's better, honestly. Attack of the Beast Creatures is fun. Am I getting Human Lanterns? No, it's too expensive, but I'd like to eventually. This is one of my favorite AGFA releases. They've had this forever, and it looks like it's finally going to sell out this sale. But I mean, you know. Love After Death is fun, but The Good, the Bad, and the Beautiful is really something that I think about a lot. Yeah, I like these movies a lot, and I like this release a lot. Effects is okay, it's not really my thing. Shaolin Invincibles is okay. I mean, if you're like really, if you really love all the martial arts deep cuts and you want like a really grainy, really shitty transfer, is it? Is the chat frozen on screen? Okay. The Ben Scoter art was too good. Oh, the Human Lanterns, dude, it was so sick. That shit was crazy. Yeah, if you're really into like fucking what is this? Probably Hong Kong. But what am I trying to say? Yeah, real deep cut martial arts stuff. Grindhouse Prince, as is sort of scans if that's your thing. You'll enjoy this, I imagine. Okay. Out of Order is pretty good, and it's going out of print. So check that out. Looks like, yeah, there's only 21 left. If a thriller sat in an elevator sounds like your kind of thing, check that out. I think it's pretty good. German stuff. Fair Game is okay. Air Doll I might get. We'll see. This is like sex film adjacent, right? Makes love with her every day after he returns from work. We'll think about it. Enter the Void is one of my favorite movies. I have the Arrow edition, which I'm pretty happy with, but from what I understand, this is pretty similar. But if you've never seen this, and you're open to a really challenging, really trippy, really long movie, check this out. I can't believe this even exists. Like, it's so high budget, but so weird. I love Calvert. The short film on here is awesome too. But dude, this movie's fucked up. If you're into the limited edition for what? Air Doll? Oh, Enter the Void probably. Um but if you're into New French Extremity, check this out. It's good. Shout out the Faculty of Horror for putting me onto this one. Minefield is pretty good. Fuck the Devil is terrible. Lux Eterna is great. Blonde Death is one of my favorite films of all time, I think. Cain and Abel is really good. I saw that for the first time recently. I really liked it. Satan's Children is fucked up. It's not a fun movie. Oh shit, I meant to be sorting this new to old. That's okay, let's restart. Disembodied, nice. There we go. Some of these look like sex films, but I'm not sure if they are. Until the Light Takes Us is awesome. That's a classic doc, for sure. That looks like wave shit. Disembodied and Dope. What is Satan's Children about? It's about a boy who gets kidnapped and taken to a satanic cult. It's a nasty movie. There's a lot of sexual assault in it, so be aware of that. But it's good. Shout out Connie. Maybe. I love this artwork. I considered grabbing this, but I guess I don't need it. It's just the same thing, more or less. I mean, I need to see these cutting room floor interviews. 46 more minutes of Varg Vikernes. This is a fucking cursed special feature, but it does sound interesting. History of Black Metal Class with Fenriz. That's awesome. Memory Box, a short film produced as a proof of concept for a feature-length film. That's awesome. I mean, this thing is stacked. Black Metal short film of deleted scenes. That's funny. I don't know, Factor 25 knocks out of the park with this one. This was on my Blu-ray wish list, and I never thought it would actually happen. I'm Not a Witch is pretty good. Bona is great. I watched that recently and really dug it. Breaking the Girls is not good. Wait, is this what I think it is? Yeah, this movie's not good. I hate to say it, but it just isn't. Um, Young and Beautiful is pretty good though, actually. I liked this one a lot. The slip cover is pretty good too. But, you know, that's the poster, so it's fine. Audio commentary from Alexandra Heller Nicholas. Shout out. I've heard good things about this one. Booklet from Sam Deegan. Shout out. Okay, nice. These sales suck. I think they're pretty okay. Shout out Charles Pinion. You're on Synapse website first? Alright. Anita Swedish Nymphet is okay. Mm. I really love this movie. It's nasty and fucked up, so don't get mad at me if you don't like it. But this is my kind of movie, and I fuck with it heavy. There's not really much on the disc, so I don't really need a lot, but I don't really need it immediately or anything, but would like to see it cleaned up and in HD and everything. That would be nice. Yeah, it is. So good. That's a real one right there. Sleeping Beauty is pretty good. Life and Dirty Movies, I need to get this one. I have the DVD I need to eventually upgrade. For sure. Rats. I need to see Heavier Trip. I like the artwork. It's pretty good. Steak Mountain, yeah. Put that in the cart. The Visitor is awesome. I reviewed it. It's on my channel somewhere, but it's really good. Heavier Trip, I gotta get that. Haven't seen it. Me neither. But I like the first one. Autoerotic is okay. I don't know that you need to buy that. That's probably a try before you buy. Ooh. This is one of the best films I've ever seen. I watched this recently and it's fucking crazy. It's so good. 20 bucks. Is this Connie? Yeah. It's disturbing. Like, it's really fucked up. Commentary from Isabel Sandoval. Very cool. Introduction, interview. Members, behind the scenes footage, booklet. Dude, this movie is crazy. A film that meticulously tightens the noose around his character's neck until the outcome feels inevitable, culminating in a brutal, unflinching portrait of the horrors of patriarchy at its most pathological. I'd say that that is accurate. This is the type of movie that stays with you. It's so good. Her Body is amazing. Check that shit out. I fuck with it heavy. Hmm. Probably get this one. Maybe this one? Trying to see if I've seen any more of these. Maybe this one? Alright, let's see what we got here. I like that artwork better, to be honest, but yeah. That's a lot. Holy shit. That's a lot of features. But yes, I'll add this one. Who did the artwork? Sister Hyde? Nice. Shout out Drusilla. Sales girl, what is this about? Mongolian film about an adult video store. Okay. Let's think about that one too. What is this? Erotic whodunit. Okay. Sounds good. Trying to see what else I've seen that I can recommend. I don't see, not seeing as much. This looks really good. I haven't seen Fatal Delusions, but Tina Cross is on the cover, so I don't really need much more convincing than that. Um, Gut Pile sounds hard. Did this slipcover sell out yet? No, it's not sold out yet. Y'all, this movie is awesome. It's so good. And, you know, that slipcover is pretty good. It's pretty cool. You gotta make a list of the movies you recommend or must-buys. Um, that might be too long. I think you just gotta write them down or something. Still got a good amount of these left, too, which is cool. Alright. What else? I mean, top recommendations? I don't know, that's too hard to say. I have a lot. Not seeing too much else. T-blockers, shout out. Nuts is going out of print, and it is 60% off. Did they sell out of both versions of this slipcover? Yeah, I thought so. How many did they do with this? 2,000? No, 1,000. That's it? Doesn't really look like Chris Barnes' artwork, but alright. Hmm. 1K, it was pretty low. I was kind of surprised about that. Hmm. It's my favorite Melusine. That's a good question. I totally missed this. Oh my god. Thank you. Professional hole sniffer. Shout out. I appreciate you. Sorry, I totally missed that. You're goated. Let's run it back. Thank you again. My favorite Melusine. Let's just say Through the Looking Glass. That's just crazy. I really like this Fabio Salerno set. It's really good. Severe Injuries is fun. Blonde Ambition is my favorite Melusine title. That would be my second favorite. It's pretty close, to be honest. I think about this film a lot, especially because I was recently on an airplane, but Charlie Victor Romeo, this is a film about, it's a play reenacting the final minutes of plane crashes, which is kind of insane, but, it's pretty interesting. It's also in 3D, which is fun, and it comes with the glasses, so that's fun. Professional hole sniffer, what did you get? I'm curious. Alright, we've been going for an hour. I might need to slow it down a bit. Or wrap it up, I should say. So we can move on to our review segment. Yeah, I don't see anything else that I feel like calling out right now. Falcon Lake is really good. That's a really good coming of age film, if that's your kind of thing. Okay, now let's go to the Vinegar Syndrome stuff. I recommend Psycho Girls, I recommend the Cardona Collection Volume 2, and I recommend Curse of the Blue Lights. I have reviews of all of those titles somewhere on my channel if you find them. I really do need to cut up all my VS segments into individual reviews so people can find those. I picked up La Femme Object vinyl soundtrack LP. Nice. Does it have a good score? I mean, I'm guessing, right? If you bought the soundtrack. Unless you just wanted to frame it, which is valid. Kind of crazy that this is here already, to be honest. I guess they didn't move units like they wanted to. Yeah. Pretty stacked. 28 isn't bad for a practically brand new release. Horrible Dr. Hitchcock is pretty good. I like Delirium Photo of Goya a lot. Or Joya. There are so many Melusine releases with good songs in them. I need a Melusine's Greatest Hits CD and vinyl. That would be a cool idea. That would be a lot of fun. I like Evil Laugh a lot, and I love this artwork. This is a slasher that I don't think gets enough credit for being as meta as it is. If I wanted to really be a contrarian about it, I would just I could say that this is Scream before Scream, but better. I would say half of that at least, but it's fun. That artwork is so cool. Who did that? Earl Kessler. Shout out. Joy is one of the craziest movies I've seen from any Melusine. I was hoping it would be on sale, but alas. Delirium Photo Joy is so good. I don't know why it's so slept on. I don't either. That shit is crazy. Like, if you want a Giallo that really delivers on the sleaze and is as insane as it can be, this is what you want. I'm just saying. Because sleazy as fuck. And it's weird. Daria Nickelodeon here? Fuck yeah. Stacked with features. And the picture quality is excellent on this 4K too. I like Shriek of the Mutilated. I love Vacation of Terror. I love Santet. I love Criminally Insane. I love Arnold. Infernal Rapist is pretty good. It's crazy, but it's pretty decent. Intrepidos Punks is amazing. This feels like a must-buy to me, to be honest. Like, this feels like what Vinegar Syndrome is all about to me. And I feel like it was being hyped for a long time, and then it just kind of didn't sell as well as I think they maybe would have liked. But it should. This shit rocks. Check it out. Part of me does recommend this. I reviewed it on the channel rather infamously. They're both, there's two features on here, and they're both strong candidates for the worst movies I've ever seen. But I do kind of recommend it insofar as, like, if you're looking for a bad movie, if you're looking to torture your friends, if you're looking to flex that you have the real ball knowledge on, like, what is the worst film ever made, get this shit. All right, it doesn't get much worse. And then, probably not going to do all of these, but let's go through newest to oldest. Intrepidos was a revelation. It sure was. All-timer theme song, also. I would buy an Intrepidos Punk soundtrack. Hello? There we go. I'm thinking about selling my copy of The Keep and buying this one instead, because I like this artwork way better. I think it's really cool. I guess this VCR or VSR thing didn't work out, because people don't seem to really... I thought this would sell out way faster, because people were so complaining about it. I don't know, I guess if you want my original Keep and you can offer me a good price for it, I'll think about getting this one instead. Men from the Gutter. I mean, yeah, some of this stuff is fairly new. This looks good. I like this cover so much better. Me too, it's way better. Like, the original cover is not that good. And I feel like, I saw that the value of the original went down quite a bit, which makes sense. I think people only wanted it for the limited nature, not because they love the artwork. Song is hard. I'm listening to a new Pupil Slicer now. Do we want to get me to my goal tonight? That would be cool. The goal is 300, so 35 and we'll get there? That'd be tight. Sato, only the first one is on sale, but you should get it. If you really want to be challenged on some cinema, if you want some difficult stuff, if you want some weirdo shit. Oh, it's already sold out. That's cool. But the movies still play just as good on this. You'll miss out on some great essays, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Rewind is pretty good. This is still my favorite set of the 3 that I've seen. But we'll see. 4th one's coming up. Oh, Vice Academy sold out. How many of these did they do? I mean, 6 movies for $32 is not bad. I have my Sato set on the U-Haul pile. I need to pick up 3 and 4. Are you moving? Is that what's happening there? Is that what the U-Haul pile is? $6,000. Shout out, Steven. Thank you. If you want to throw in a review request, go for it. I took care of one of yours, and I'll be doing it tonight. But I still got one to go. So hit me with any commissions you got. But run that shit back. Shout it out. Thanks, Steven. I appreciate you. You're the best. You are the GOAT, as always. Confessions of a Psycho Cat and Fat Black Pussycat are okay. I don't know that you need it, to be honest. Sato is worth it for the soundtracks. Do they come with soundtracks? Or do you just mean, like, in the films? No, I think you just mean on the films. Well, got you. They sold a decent amount of these so far. 2,500 feels high for this, but I think I sold my copy already. I was gonna say. Watch The Art of Dying. The Strange Tapes group really liked it. I will. Thank you. Let me add that to the Art of... Hello? Send you the YouTube link. Appreciate it. The Wings Hauser movie, I'm guessing. It's also on streaming services, so that's cool. Right on. Yeah, you did. Okay. I made a couple sales and I couldn't remember who bought it. Did you watch them yet? Was it good? I think this has like 6 movies on it for $27. Yep, Wings, right on. 5,000. You mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movies for $27? That's not bad. I've heard nothing but good things about this. Satan's Bed and Scare Their Pants Off is okay. I cannot even remember if I kept this or sold it, to be honest. No time is valid. Getting low on counts. No, I'm pretty sure I sold this. Might have been to Steven also, I don't remember. Alright. Moving these, which is cool. $30 is still a lot. It's cool that they did a standard for this. It was nice that finally one of the VSAs got a standard. I appreciate that. They forgot to update this. I don't like dirty work. What'd you get on the Synapse sale? Is there anything I should be getting there? Golden Child is okay, I guess. Are they sold out of this one yet? Last Tango is also okay. I have a review for it on the channel. Nah, still a few of these. Career Bet and Sex by Advertisement are pretty decent. How many we got left of this guy? Oh, they already did standards for it. That's cool. I do want to see Deranged really bad. I don't think I need this slipcover, though. $5? Yeah, it's not worth it. 25 is kind of high still, though. Billy of an Architect is one of my favorite Greenaways. Was that somewhere on the last page? Yeah, there's the keep. Yeah, I don't think this artwork is that good. This artwork is better. Like, the standard is better. Wait, there's one of these left? But I can't buy it. I guess that was a mistake. This artwork is pretty good. But they kind of cover it up, you know? I don't recommend this Ron Sullivan set, to be honest. Corpse Mania is pretty decent. It's not nearly as disgusting as I thought it would be, but it's good. The Tenant is good, depending on your constitution for this sort of thing. You know, supporting directors like that. Blonde on a Bum Trip I don't recommend. It's not that good, to be honest. Hell's Trap is pretty good. Devil Times 5 is pretty good. Those are just kind of fun bread and butter exploitation movies. Reptilicus is not good. Invasion USA is okay. I guess if you want to do one for RIP, the piece of shit Chuck Norris, like, you could do a lot worse than Invasion USA. It's a pretty bloody, dumb movie. Yeah, Reptilicus is not good. Packaging is so good on the Tenet. It sure is. It's pretty great, to be honest. Lady Reporter is okay. I liked The House Where Death Lives a lot. That's one that stayed with me. Witch Story is okay. China O'Brien is okay. Homegrown Horrors Volume 3 is just okay. Wasn't Polanski welcome back to Hollywood with open arms, though? Kind of. He doesn't make movies in Hollywood anymore. Like, at this point, he's kind of done, and he just makes movies that no one watches in France. So maybe at first, but I think he's kind of out at this point. I think this is the only Distropix title that I haven't seen. I might need to circle back at some point. Apparently the Instructor is really funny bad. Where was that? Instructor. Oh, it looks dumb as fuck. Got a lot of jaw tension. Okay, I guess they sold out of Navy SEALs on this sale. Did they have a standard? Oh, I guess I already did a standard and they sold out of it. Okay. Dr. Terror's House of Horrors is fun. Spectres and Maya are pretty good. Yeah, I like these. Singapore Sling is awesome. This would be a top recommendation. Write that down. Or put this in your cart. It's so disgusting. This is one of the most extreme, vile films I've ever seen. Nice. If you really want some crazy shit, like if you find yourself thinking that even exploitation movies are kind of tame, Singapore Sling is your friend. Herencia Diabolica is really good. 1 through 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, how nasty is it? Or on a scale of 1 to 10, how good is it? Phase 4 is awesome. One of my favorite VS releases and VS titles. Just an awesome movie. I'd put it at like an 8. Spanish Bloodbath is a great set. Little Darlings is a great movie. Playgirls and the Vampire is just okay. Forgotten Jolly Volume 6 is quite good. It's my favorite one by far of the ones that I've seen. It's almost sold out, but not quite. So y'all should sell this out because it's really good. Appreciate all the viewers in here tonight. Redneck Zombies is fun for what it is. The Black Room is really good. Flesh Trilogy is awesome. Okay, now we're just getting into reviews that I've done. So I'll probably stop there, but this is another top recommendation for me, is Killer Condom. So yeah, at this point, I'll just give you my top ones. Like, this is a must-buy, absolutely. I think The Lost Picture Show is a must-buy. I really do. I think Mark of the Devil is a must-buy. Haven't watched that yet. I'm surprised they still have slipcases of this. But it's really great. I'm surprised that this isn't sold out. It's a pretty notorious film, and I like the conceit of the reversible slipcover. Can't believe The Lost Picture Show is not sold out. I find that pretty inexplicable as well. Like, I feel like it really should have. This is low-key one of my top recommendations, too. Just because I love the transfer so much, and I think the movie is kind of comfy and, like, pretty good. But also, Divided We Fall is really good, too. And, the short film that's included, and the features are excellent. Haven't bought from VS in months. That's fair. Undefeatable is pretty great. Villages of the Damned is awesome. Boogeyman is awesome. Showgirls is awesome. Did they sell out of the new slip yet? They did. I'm glad I grabbed it. This is a top recommendation, 100%. I'm so upset that this did... Oh, it did! Haha, it did sell out. Awesome, I'm really happy about that. I hope I had something to do with that, because I've been championing it for a while. But, these movies are awesome. Check that shit out. Like, they're so good. The Cat Creeps is one of the real VS Lab successes. I wanted to see this one, for sure. $15 is fairly reasonable. It looks cute. It's only an hour long, but it looks cool. Heard good things about Dog Tags. How close are we to selling out on that one? Not that close. The Freeway films are awesome. Devonsville Terror is a top recommendation for sure. Biozombie is pretty awesome. Made in Hong Kong is really good. From Beyond rules. Did they sell out of that new slip too? Yeah. I liked that one better. I'm glad I bought it. I did 5,000 of those. Sheesh. Frostbiter rips. Burning Paradise is a top one. Movie's amazing. Roadhouse is worth calling out. Yeah, for sure. Poison for the Fairies is incredible. Old Dark House-esque mystery comedy splash of screwball comedy. Nice. Um, wow, they're almost sold out of this, and when they're sold out, they're done because this is going out of print, and they're out of everything else. So if you want your Roadhouse, get your Roadhouse. Blood Delirium is fucking insane. Amazing. I love this movie. Surprised that's not sold out yet. It should be, if that's your thing. Did they sell out of these slips yet? Because it was a cute idea. They did, okay. Alright. I gotta budget some time for reviews, so let's just go to their newest stuff and maybe go through some recommendations there, and then that's kind of it. Southern Comfort. I wonder if that's sold out yet, or getting there at least. Not at all. They did 3,000 of that. How many did they do of this? Only 2,000. I feel like they were contractually limited to 2,000, or they would have done more. Haven't seen Blood Delirium, you should check it out. Do you buy multiple copies of the same movie if it has different slipcovers? No. I might sell my old one and get the new one if I like it better, and if I can like if the old one is valuable and I like the new one better, then I'll flip them out. But no, I don't get multiple. I think maybe once or twice I have upgraded something to 4K, like a steelbook, and I liked the old steelbook, so I just kept it. But I might end up selling it at some point, honestly, because I don't need it. I sold out of the wallets. Faces of Death is done. We watched it happen. Sell this out, please. This should be sold out. Shout out Oscar. This line is really cool. I haven't seen this one yet, but I loved the first one. I do want to get Made in Hong Kong Volume 2 whenever it goes on a good sale. Keep in mind, too, we're only a few days away from Subscriber Week, which is going to have... Oh, no, we're a few days away from a Partner Month, and then a month away from Subscriber Week. Okay. But that's going to have crazy deals, too. So... I have Reviver 2 sitting on the watch pile. So do I. And then maybe let's check out some of the newest partner labels. Okay. What do we got here? I'm glad this Connie sold out. That's really cool. Decent amount of these left. It's a very pretty looking slipcase. I like that that's volume 1 too. That's fun. All right, I think that's gonna be it for VS recommendations. But are there any rumors of any of the new partner titles coming? Probably, but if there are, I'm not privy to them. I see we have 23 people in chat. That's higher than usual. So if you're new here, please feel free to say hi. Tell me what you've been purchasing or what you're looking forward to, what have you. But I'm gonna call it there for that. And then let's move on to our commissions, because I have 4 of them to do. So then that'll be that. And I'll do new releases probably next week. Because I saw some good stuff this week, too. I guess just off the top of my head, Palestine 36 is awesome. Check that shit out. And Affection was decent. But really, you should still just go watch The Sheep Detectives. It's the best movie of the year. It's so good. And I love it so much. Jeff is surprisingly not here tonight, so I'll wait for his review last, just in case he shows up. But let's do... let's do The Crying Game first. All right. So, I should explain how this works. So the segment I'm about to do, essentially, if you want me to review any movie, check the link in the pinned comment or in the description. $20 gets you a review request, and then hopefully within the next week, but just basically when I get to it in the next week or two, I'll review it on stream. Like, I'll watch it and then I'll review it here on stream. So check that shit out. We've got some satisfied customers in the chat right now, so appreciate the support as always. But this one was from Steven, kind of at my request. Yo, Jeff, what's good? I was just hoping you were going to be here because I'm going to do the Fascination review tonight. What have you grabbed? I'm excited to be reminded of what I asked you to review. Well, you did one of the ones I'm about to review, but then the other one I didn't get to it yet. But it was The Crying Game and Beginners. What was I gonna say? I feel like I was about to say something, but I don't remember. So let's do The Crying Game. Just noticed the house shirt, very cool. Thanks. Via criterion.com. He's a cool little guy. Oh, I meant to ask if Jeff picked up anything from the VS sale, or if any of you all picked up anything that you want to share. Anyway, let's do this review. All right, The Crying Game. Play it at your own risk. Directed by Neil Jordan, 1992. Irish Republican Army member Fergus forms an unexpected bond with Jody, a kidnapped British soldier in his custody, despite the warnings of fellow IRA members Jude and McGuire. Jody makes Fergus promise he'll visit his girlfriend Dill in London, and when Fergus flees to the city, he seeks her out. Hounded by his former IRA colleagues, he finds himself increasingly drawn to the enigmatic and surprising Dill. Okay. Oh, you didn't get anything. All right. I have a lot to say about this movie. I don't know how concisely I'm going to be able to do that, but this is one of the more thought-provoking films I've seen in a long time. It's also one of the best screenplays that I've seen in a very long time. It is exceptionally well acted. It is exceptionally well shot. And again, it is just exceptionally well written. Incredible directing. Just, it's an amazing movie. All right, like, just call it what it is. If you can stand a little bit of melodrama, like, this shit is so good. It's a film in 3 acts, sort of, but also, like, it's 3 different movies. Like, we have a sort of potboiler thriller sort of thing, followed by a queer romance followed by sort of where all these things tie up, but it's sort of its own movie where it's like it gets into like Mission Impossible territory where it's like a sort of spy thriller with a lot going on, right? And it does all of those things really well. So I was pretty impressed by that. But it's impossible to talk about this movie without talking about its politics, and specifically its politics regarding transgender representation. But also, what I didn't hear about, and that I found to be the more interesting and probably less defensible part of this, is the way that it portrays the IRA and the Troubles. I do think that unwittingly, because from what I've read, Neil Jordan is not this kind of guy, but I do think that the viewer walks away with the impression that the IRA are just terrorists for no reason. And like they are just committing antisocial violence, adventurism, etc., apropos of nothing. Like things are gestured to, but it's not really clear or like that outlined or that like important to the narrative. It's just kind of window dressing and a backdrop for a lot of different elements that it creates, right? It creates a lot of suspense. It creates a lot of different identities, which is something that he's really interested in this film, is the idea of identity, right? And it is also, what am I trying to say? I honestly can't remember if I've ever seen this or not. That's fair. It feels like a movie a lot of people have seen, but maybe doesn't get talked about quite as much as it should. It doesn't have as many views as I was expecting either. I thought it was a weird choice, but I think it's a product of its time with regards to both the IRA and the trans issues. Yeah, I was reading that this was like right at the end of the Troubles too, so like people were kind of tired of it, and people were just like, just wanted it to stop, you know? And I think that probably bleeds through in the script. And, you know, they were very close to reaching an agreement. So, like, this is a little bit different than when it was at its peak or whatever. I'm also stoned out of my mind on edibles right now, so take that into account. Good for you. I love this movie. I haven't seen it in at least 20 years. Well, it sounds like you should pick up that Criterion that's coming out, because it's on 4K, and Willow McClay does the essay. I will probably pick it up just to read her essay, honestly, and then... I mean, I will watch the transfer eventually, but Neil Jordan is genuinely like a sleeper favorite director for me, I think. Yeah, for sure. Like, I also just recently watched A Company of Wolves, and it's fucking insane and incredible. I have reviewed 28 Years Later. It's on my shorts page somewhere. If you search my name in 28 Years Later, it should come up. I also reviewed Bone Temple, which I loved even more, but I love both of them. Yeah, Company of Wolves, Interview with the Vampire. What else did he do? This dude is fucking crazy. Like, this dude pops off. He just knows how to make a good movie, honestly. Okay, those are the only three I've seen, but I mean, he's 3 for 3 for me. Like, just really incredible stuff. Have you seen Mona Lisa? I absolutely love that movie. I haven't, but I really want to. Everyone saw this when it came out, and it was in the pop culture discussion for years, if you even have as a reference to Bush era wiped a lot from the public conscience. Yeah, that's what I've heard, that this was like on everybody's lips, especially the I don't want to call it a twist, because I think that that's kind of inappropriate, but also that is how the film frames it, and that's how the audience is supposed to react to it, you know? I think that, I guess minor spoilers, but, you know, I think people know this, and also, I don't think it diminishes from the film knowing this going in, but the girl that he goes to see and he falls in love with is trans. And that is revealed very explicitly in a scene where he then just starts throwing up. It's not great. That wasn't fun to watch, but also, I do think it's important to notice that the camera doesn't follow him when he goes to throw up. The camera follows her and stays with her as she's crying and as she's hurt. And like, I mean, that's a real experience, you know? And I think it's portrayed about as well. But I don't know, the reveal is definitely it's definitely exploitative, and it's definitely maybe a little over the top and a little much, you know? Um I've been going back and forth of as opposed to like how whether or not I think this film is transphobic, and if so, how transphobic. I think it probably excuse me, I think it probably is, but it's less a question of like so for me it's less like, oh, this is transphobic period, and more like this is transphobic and like very progressive for the time, and like Dill is a genuinely great character, and this is an amazing performance, and like I think the film has an incredible amount of sympathy for her. And I think in many ways she's kind of like she's maybe she's not the main character, but she's one of the most she's definitely like the second most important character in the movie, and kind of has her own entire world, and like you know the film is largely very sympathetic to her. I mean, it's unfortunate how much misgendering and stuff happens, and there's a scene towards the end that is pretty upsetting, to be honest. And that's not great, but it is what it is. I think you kind of have to take it for what it is for the time that it came out in, and take the good with the bad, you know? Um, it's, I do think that this is pretty important in the lineage of queer cinema and queer representation. I'm really glad I watched it. I'm really glad I had the opportunity to talk about it. And it really is the most thought-provoking film I've seen in some time. Like, I thought of it a lot, and I read about it a lot. I read about the IRA and the Troubles and Irish history and stuff. Like, it brought up a lot of things, exposed a lot of blind spots in my historical knowledge. So I was pretty and while that research turned up a lot of things that I think are wrong with this movie, like it's still it still was like something that generated a lot of discussion and thoughts for me. I watched this with my friend Quinn, who is Irish, and he had a lot to say about it. Um, so it's just nice to get to discuss it on a deeper level with him. And I went with an 8 out of 10. I at first I was kind of like a 7, because I was like, I think the politics are bad, but the movie is good. But the more I think about it, the more I think the politics are more complicated than they are just straightforwardly bad. And also, I don't think that that ruins the film for me. It kind of is what it is, you know? It's just another in a very long lineage of complicated trans and sort of revolutionary cinema, right? Um, in that it's imperfect, and it treats those things imperfectly, right? Uh, I think that's everything I have to say about the film. I guess I'll also say that Forrest Whitaker's accent is atrocious, but his performance is excellent. There's also something that I feel very strongly about how the movie operates, but I think it's kind of it's maybe a minor spoiler, but I think that this is queer cinema in more ways than one. I don't think Dill is the only queer character in the film, you know what I'm saying? Being someone born in the 80s, I remember this film, but I just can't remember if I've ever seen it all the way through. I remember being talked about a lot, though. Yeah, and I think that's more the fault of the marketing, that it was framed as like this shocking twist movie, when it's actually a pretty thoughtful, like drama romance thriller. um, it's less leering and more like caring, I think. But I mean, it does leer. Like, let's be honest about that. I think that shot, maybe the reveal shot, is possibly fairly indefensible, but I understand why it's there, you know? I'm excited to revisit this. Yeah. I'm listening to the newest Peeling Flesh now. It's pretty good. All right, that's that one. Next, Jeff, this is for you. Fascination. This is now my second genre-lon film. All right. Fascination, 1979, directed by Jean Rollin. Now tell me the truth. Who's coming here tonight? Death. A runaway criminal breaks into an eerie chateau, taking its 2 frightened chambermaids hostage. As night falls, a group of mysterious aristocratic women arrive, and the criminal begins to realize the women are hiding a sinister secret. As you can see, I did not love this the way I wanted to. I did like it, but I mean, to me, it's a strong 6, maybe a 7. I debated between the two, but I think the 6 is more honest. Like, I think the 7 is me sort of rating it what I want to rate it, as opposed to what I actually think about it. It's the same rating I gave it. Nice. It is just worth noting that this scene is an all-timer, and this is one of the best posters I've ever seen in my life. Can we? Yeah, thank you. Like, I would be so stoked to have this poster, but I would even get this as a tattoo. And that's why I wish I liked the movie more, because that wouldn't make sense, given that I just think the movie's kind of mid. But, like, dog, this shit fucking whips. Like, this poster is incredible. And, like, dude, it's insane. But, like, as good as the aesthetic is, and as good as a lot of the imagery is, and as good as the atmosphere is, I don't know, it doesn't quite land a lot of the time. I don't think the character motivations in this make a lot of sense. The characters to me in this are very confusing, and like they behave strangely, and not, you know, there's different ways of that being the case, but they're strange and just like, oh, this is a weird art movie, and they're strange and like, this does have a plot, but it doesn't really make sense. Or like the way that characters are choosing to behave doesn't make sense, you know? Or it's just like, maybe it's not supposed to, you know? And that's fine, but like, it just didn't really work for me. Also, the lesbianism in this, as excited as I was to watch Bridget LaHaye be a lesbian with this other gorgeous woman, I don't remember her name. Franca Mai? You know? And that's more or less fun to watch, I guess, but it looks so fake. Like, it reminded me of The Witches of Brestwick, which is a crazy pull when talking about this movie, I know, but it reminded me a lot of that. And in how the actors are so clearly not into it. This looked like it was more purposeful, and like it was the direction that made it a little bit less, there's no passion, right? And so it could just be like very artistic and just like sort of framing bodies for the shot, but it's awkward. And it doesn't really feel, I don't know, it feels like it doesn't, the queerness in this does not feel authentic, and it does not feel like it's coming from a place of exploring or representing queerness. It feels more like it's just like, wouldn't that be hot? And it would, and it was, but like, that's not quite as good, you know? Now, when she's fucking hacking dudes up with a scythe all day, you know? The ending to this is confusing, but what can you do? The ending is actually what bothered me the most and kind of solidified my 6 as opposed to 7, because I just thought it didn't make a lot of sense, but it made for some good imagery, so what can you do? Definitely preferred Grapes of Death, for sure, but I'm still excited to go through more of these. I know, Jeff, you said that more were coming, so I appreciate that. I'm curious which ones you'll pick, but I'm definitely excited to go through more of these films, because this is a director that I definitely like and I definitely appreciate quite a bit, but this one just wasn't quite the hit that I was hoping it would be. I didn't know that Jean Rollin straight up did porn. I'm looking at his filmography, and there's a lot of that here. You'll get some vampire ones next. Nice. All right, I think that's that one. And the next one, let's do Penitentiary. I don't remember who this was for, to be completely honest. If you are here, please make yourself known. But thank you for commissioning this because I really enjoyed it. Let's talk about it. Directed by Jama Fanaka. I think that's how you pronounce that. That's my best guess anyway. There's only one way out and 100 fools stand in the way. A hitchhiker named Martel Gordon gets in a fight with two bikers over a prostitute and one of the bikers is killed. Gordon is arrested and sent to prison, where he joins the prison's boxing team in an effort to secure an early parole and to establish his dominance over the prison's toughest gang. So, this is definitely a blaxploitation film. It is a black director, which is cool. And he did a bunch of other blaxploitation films that are considered to be quite good, and pretty much all of them, I think, have been released by Vinegar Syndrome at this point. But I think they're all out of print too, which is unfortunate. But I watched this with the VS restoration on Plex. Yeah, I've heard good things about the sequels. I'm definitely looking forward to watching those at some point. Because what I found so interesting about this one is that it is obviously fairly exploitative, and it is like an exploitation movie, and like the whole point is watching like black people box in prison and then also like have sex with sex workers and like that sort of thing. Have sex with other prisoners, that kind of thing. There's also a random trans character in this, and I'm shocked I'm saying this. I don't know that if this is on purpose, because she's really just there to be like comedic relief, and like I don't think she's particularly affirmed in her gender in this movie, but also like it's not as much of a thing as you would think. It's not as like nobody's like violent or cruel to her necessarily. They're just like roasting her like they roast everybody else and stuff, and like she's hanging out with the girls and she's really funny. She's like the funniest person in the movie, and she's just kind of awesome. Like her energy fucking whips. What was the Sweet Pea, played by Wilbur Hi-Fi White, who was in the second one, and that's it. 2 films. But I fuck with it. What else? Oh, so it is that. But actually what this movie is primarily interested in doing, and primarily does successfully, I think, is it's really just a drama and social commentary. Like, he's wrongfully imprisoned, and then he's basically put up to like gladiatorial sport to like crawl his way, to like beg his way to freedom, just so that he can continue to like pimp his body out for sport, and to just like be destroyed, like for the entertainment of white men. There's a really good older character in here who's been in the prison for like 50 years. I don't know, there's prison fights and all sorts of kind of interesting dynamics. There's 2 characters in particular that have a sort of, I don't know, the dynamic is that one owns the other, and he engages in a lot of humiliation and things of that nature. It's just interesting seeing that kind of represented in this context. The performances are pretty good. I will say the boxing scenes are not very good, and they go on too long. They're not that interesting to watch, and they're not particularly well shot or choreographed, but that feels like the thing that the movie is the least interested in, and it's also the thing that I'm the least interested in. So, you know, it is what it is, but I liked the movie a lot, and I'm glad I watched it. I think it has interesting things to say. I think it's doing some important and compelling things, and I think it holds up pretty well. So I think that's what I have to say about Penitentiary. We're going to do Susperia, but let me go take a quick break, quick breather, bathroom, water, etc. And then we will finish up with Susperia. Don't touch that dial, as they say. And then find out what I thought of the Susperia remake, finally. Alright, I'll be right back. All right, team. Let's wrap this up. Sorry that took me a while. I see we didn't lose that many people, or we swapped them out. I'm not sure which, but I appreciate that. Thanks for being here. All right, our last thing on the agenda is to do our review of Susperia, the remake. Thanks. This is a film review that was commissioned by Dana. Shout out Dana, I appreciate you. All right, let's take a look. Susperia, Luca Guadagnino, I think is how you would say that. Peeked at your score already. That's fair. You can spoil it if you like. Give your soul to the dance. A darkness swirls at the center of a world-renowned dance company, one that will engulf the artistic director, an ambitious young dancer, and a grieving psychotherapist. Some will succumb to the nightmare, others will finally wake up. As you can see, I liked this a lot. I gave this an 8 out of 10. This is a director that I like a lot in general. Although I can see now that I've only seen one of his films before. It feels like I've seen more than that. That's crazy. Yeah, the only other one I've seen is Bones and All, and I liked this more. So, that's interesting. You hated it? That's fair. I would like to know why you hated it, because... Okay, so I went into it knowing that it is controversial, right? And I understand why. Like, this is a pretty bulletproof movie to try to remake. And you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't with that. If you try to just make it a very faithful remake of the film, then, you know, people are just going to be like, what was the point? It already exists. It's already better. And then if you do something unique and different with it, then, like, people are going to be like, why'd you fuck with the original? It was already perfect. What are you doing? You know? I think this is pretty good as far as remakes go. Like, I think it does a pretty good job, because I feel like it is very different from the original in style and in substance, which makes it stand on its own and be worth creating and watching on its own. But it's also it keeps the bones of the original film and the sort of like the plot structure and the sort of a lot of the vibes, but you know, whereas the original one is so like artificial, and I mean that in a positive or at least a neutral way. But like, you know, there's like crazy lighting all over the place. It doesn't look like a real place, you know. The plot itself is very dreamy and esoteric and strange. It's an art film essentially, right? But this one, like in the original, the plot doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense. But it just sort of doesn't have to. Like, you're not really following it for that reason. It's operating on a lot of dream logic and stuff. And you know, it's a classic. Like, it's a fucking bulletproof, perfect all-timer film, you know? A quick aside, when I saw Goblin and I saw them do the score for and when I saw them do the score to the original, Claudio, whatever the fuck his name is, had to put in a dig at the beginning. He was like, and don't worry, this is the beautiful original from Dario Argento. It's not that other thing. And it's like, relax, we know. I don't know. I don't think that this was as offensive as a lot of remakes are, or at least could be. Like The Wicker Man, this is not. But I also do understand why people sort of don't like it on its face, because I am also being grumpy about the fact that they're remaking Possession. I don't like that. But I will keep an open mind. I also feel similarly about American Psycho, but I trust this director, so I'll be interested to see it at least. I watched this movie with no audio and without seeing the original, and it was a great time. You know? I could see that being a great time. Ellie Hales, I'm not sure who this is, but thank you for being here. It's nice to see a fresh face in chat. I appreciate that. Jeff, I'm curious what you think the huge flaw in the film is that messes up the plot, because I do have my criticisms of it, and it is sort of that a lot of it doesn't really make sense. But yeah, the dance scene kill was cool. Yeah. So there's some pretty crazy body horror in this, which I really appreciated. But what I was gonna say, I was making a point. The ending reveal. You mean about the main character? Because I kind of agree. um, yeah, I don't love that part either, to be honest. I do think it falls. Yeah, okay. I think it falls apart at the end for sure. Okay, what I was gonna say, the original is very abstract, very colorful, etc. Whereas this one is very grounded, is very desaturated, and is very like is very like what am I trying to say? It's very straightforward and it's plotting and how it moves forward, right? And I like that. I like that we're taking a sort of abstract original that isn't very fleshed out and we're fleshing it out. You know, we're sort of imagining what are between the parts that aren't shown in the original, you know. This movie's long as fuck. It's 2.5 hours. Didn't know that when I started it this morning, and then 30 minutes in I was like, whoops, but I guess we're finishing it. No, you're right, Jeff. I thought I must have just missed something because it doesn't make sense, but whatever. Um Jump back and lay. What are we talking about? We're talking about the Susperia remake. You know what I need to do? I need to have like some kind of way to have like a banner to talk about, to just put right what film we're reviewing. That would be good, I think. I'll look into that for next time if I can think about it in time. But Dead Ringer Video, thank you for being here. I agree that the reveal doesn't make sense and is silly, but it is what it is. Another thing that I don't like about the movie is I think the historical backdrop is kind of confusing. I don't know that and maybe it's just a lack of my own historical knowledge and not being able to understand the parallels that are being drawn here. But I don't know really what it's accomplishing, and I feel like it bloats the film a little bit and veers it into directions that it doesn't need to go in. I just don't know that I loved that or thought it was particularly thoughtful or well thought out or fleshed out. You know what I mean? That being said, I love the dance sequences throughout this. I think the choreography is excellent. I think the no, that's fair. It is totally fair. Like I honestly thought I misunderstood it because it didn't make sense. But I think the performances in this are incredible. I think Dakota Johnson is awesome in this movie. Tilda Swinton, Mia Goth, they're all awesome. The ensemble cast is great. I love the remake of Suspiria. It has its flaws for sure, but I enjoyed it a lot. I'm in the same boat. I will say, even though it is part of what I don't like about it, that ending, Witches Sabbath, dude, that shit is fucking crazy. Like, that shit pops off for sure. Like, that's the level. You know what? What I liked about this at the end of the day, this is the level of depravity and nudity that I want in my movies. And it just doesn't happen, you know? But we got it here. All right? Everybody's naked, everybody's spraying blood, everybody's getting fucked up, contorting and twisting and rotting. It's fucking sick. I'm into it. All right? I love this movie. It's very long. It would be a tall order to get me to watch it again, but I would and I would hope I would pick up on more the next time. It does feel like one that would reveal itself more upon more watches, right? So I think that's everything I have to say about it. I think that this is a really cool reinterpretation of the story and of the film. Doesn't touch the original, as I don't know anyone expected it would, but I think it recontextualizes it quite well, actually, and does some cool new things with it. And it's just really well made, you know? It's well shot. It's like the camera is doing some crazy things in this movie for real. Like, I liked that part of it as well. So that's all for today. Just as a recap for the reviews, we did, for Dana, we did the Suspiria remake. Here's my question for you in your next review. Do you want terrible, hilarious cheese, sexual depravity, or artful vampires? Ooh. What a fun list. Let's say I'm gonna say terrible, hilarious cheese, followed by if I had to rank those options, I'm gonna go with terrible cheese, sexual depravity, and then artful vampires. I think that's gonna be my list. But those all sound great. I mean, you couldn't go wrong with any of those. So I'm into that. Okay, so recap for Dana, we did the Susperia remake, which I loved. I don't remember for who this was. I apologize. I think it's somebody who changes their username a lot, but did Penitentiary, which I also really liked. We did the Crying Game for Steven, which I loved. And we did Fascination for Jeff, which I had mixed feelings about, but I did enjoy. Next on the docket, we have Beginners from 2010. We have Thesis from 1996. We have Feng Shui from and then from 1991 we have The Art of Dying. So those, and I just got the one for his request, which is Hack-A-Lantern, which I am excited about. So we'll add that one too. And I appreciate it. Let's run this back as if it is Jeff's. Let's just pretend. Thank you, Jeff. All right. Now, let's actually run it back. So thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Steven. And thank you to the professional hole sniffer. Shout out. Thanks, y'all, for a very active stream and chat tonight. I appreciate it a lot. I fuck with you all heavy. I appreciate you guys. Y'all are dope. Sexual depravity next week? Fuck yeah. Sounds good. Remember, as always, if you want a review, it is linked in the description and in the pinned comment. But until then, I think that's it for now. This is what I'm doing instead of a Vinegar Syndrome recommendations video. I thought it would be fun to go through it with people, as opposed to me just reading off a screen. But with that all being said, I think that's it for today. I think that's everything. Let me make sure I don't have anything else in terms of housekeeping or what have you. Did 2.5 hours tonight. Thanks for turning up for the late stream. I know I've been inconsistent with my times lately, but I'm trying to keep it more consistent. It's just my schedule is so crazy, and I dropped the ball on time management today, so I needed to buy myself a little extra time, but we out here. So you have a good night as well, Jeff. I appreciate it. All right, everyone. Thanks as always, and remember, Satan loves all of their children. Bye. Thanks for making us sell out Phases of Death. You're welcome. All right, bye.